Dude, guys, I want to start the show off by talking about Butker. Butker
Dude,
not missing a
Butker's
kick
back.
3 games in a row.
No mistakes. Oh, yeah. We got lots of positives to talk about.
Woo! Gary M points out Mahomes sucked. And I hate to say it, I agree. He had I don't know, remember when during the game. I believe it was halftime, but they came on and said this was his least accurate game in his entire career, both postseason and regular season. I mean,
Sure.
he was off and bad, and he was you
In Mahomes' defense, I think you do have to a certain extent, give him the benefit of the doubt because the line
I don't have to
was
give him shit.
so bad
No.
tonight.
15 of 34 attempts. I don't have to give him shit. No. This was, as our guys at All Chiefed Up calls him, clones. This was not Mahomes. This was another dude. And I'm not giving him crap. Like, other people have problems with their line. What Mahomes needs to learn how to do is when the line's banged up, you gotta fire that pigskin.
Yeah.
Like, he cannot be. He holds on to it the longest of any QB in the league. Okay, and he needs to stop that. Like, that is something he really needs to work on.
Okay,
hard.
but then you go back to Happy Feet Mahomes, who gets rid of the ball right away, even though there's no pressure and there's still
no,
time.
he
and
never
plays
got rid of the
developing.
ball fast. That was my knock on him all last year, and like that was a lot. That there were rumors that his line was like, fire the ball, Pat. Like, he was just he's waiting, and you could do that if you have the online, and that's why we saw him come back. But that is his weakness. He refuses to throw to people that are covered, and that is not okay. You need to trust your wide receivers, and I'm not talking about down the field. Like when he threw to Worthy, double covered, that was crazy.
That was a prayer.
What is he doing?
Yeah, but that was like the defender was right in front of him. He either had to get it off or take a sack.
Yeah, but
and-
he should have had a check down. That's my whole point.
Okay, but not in the side that he was looking, and not in. I guess to me that was a desperation moment. Like, it was like, we have to either convert this or we're done. You know what I mean? Like, and he was like, "Well, I'll give my guy a chance," and that's what you want him to do, right? Give your guy a chance.
To make a play or cause the penalty. Yeah, you
Yeah.
absolutely want to, but
Like, in that, it was 3rd and long. It was into the game. We were down. He had to either throw it. Like, would you have been more, happier if he took a sack? Absolutely not. You know?
I'm trying to think.
I do understand. I mean, I see where you both are kind of coming from there. If there wasn't a check down, why isn't there a check down? Why
Yep.
isn't there an option for if your line
That could be on Nagy.
if your line breaks down and you know it's going to be a play that takes a little bit of time to break free, if he doesn't have that time, there should be another option.
Yeah.
I don't think we game planned as well for Buffalo to have so much pressure. And you guys might know this because you looked into it. Has Buffalo's line been good all year? Like, if they've been generating pressure on all?
Well, okay, so we talked about it in the pre, right? And everybody and their mother said, okay, so they do have some significant injuries across their front 7. But I told Buck, I thought that everybody was wrong. I thought their pressure was still going to be good regardless of the injuries. But I thought we would be able to combat that. But boy,
But
I
then
don't know,
we
man.
got a lot more injuries, right? Like,
Well,
we didn't
yeah,
have-
but we were having problems before before Juwan Taylor got hurt, before Suamataia got hurt.
I'll tell you one thing that I kind of expected is this secondary, the Buffalo Bills secondary, was supposed to be an area of opportunity for the Chiefs today. And they played fantastic. I mean, they were
was
all over the place.
everywhere.
Yeah,
that was
what
one of the
the heck?
problems Mahomes had is there was just nobody open.
Yeah.
It was like they knew exactly what play was going to be called on the field almost the entire second half.
Yeah. I think Bishop, is one of their corners, and he broke up so many passes that would have been catchable passes where Mahomes did throw it up in coverage to get caught, and it got knocked away, right? Like, Bishop was everywhere.
Let's take this one on, Buck. You want to take this one on?
Yeah. Daniel Longstaff said, "Hey guys, just wanted to say that the issue today, in my opinion, was the lack of aggression on fourth downs. They had been aggressive on this win streak, and for some reason, play calling was conservative."
See, I think so. I mean, we got 2 out of the 3 fourths that we tried
And
for.
one was a 4th and 17.
And we stopped the 1/4 that they tried for. Problem is that they were 7 of 12 on third down, and we were 3 of 13 on third down. I mean, we used to be one of the best third down teams in the book, and okay, I think this stems a lot towards a note that I had early on in the game. Dude, they are forcing it way too much to Rice. Like, Rice, it's great that he's back, but dude, we have a lot of talent. Why are you doing that? That was the whole problem we had the last year. We had Tyreek Hill, and I said we're going to be better because we're getting rid of Tyreek. It's actually going to make us better, even though our receivers are nothing compared to him. And I was right. And that's because Mahomes is forcing it to him now.
Yeah.
And that's bad.
Well,
That's
here's
really
the thing
bad.
is that he threw to Rice 7 times, and Rice caught it 4. He also threw to Worthy 7 times, and Worthy caught it 3 times. And then he threw it to Kelsey 5 times, and Kelsey caught it 4 times. So there was a lot less diversity. I mean, he
I'll
threw
argue
to
the ones that Rice didn't catch, Mahomes forced it, and he shouldn't have thrown it to him there.
right.
Like,
I'm more
that's
concerned
my whole
about the
point.
Worthy only 3 catches on 7 targets. And some of those may have been
there were some bad throws, and the one that Kelsey missed was the one that was way behind him where he got smacked in the end zone.
Yeah.
I mean, that was another bad throw. That's not a catchable ball.
Yeah.
And I believe I wish I would have taken notes a little bit more clearly on the Worthy thing, but yeah, I think there were some bad throws in there. I will say
they were all in the second half. He only threw it to him twice in the first half.
Uncle Bobby.
Rice, what you were talking about, where he was focusing so much on throwing to Rice. That was the 5th time, because as soon as that play happened, we all said the same thing. You know, it looks like he's focusing on Rice. It's becoming obvious. That's why they didn't make. That was the 4th and 3 that we really, really needed to extend that drive.
That was the first one. That's what Uncle Booby's talking about here.
So I went back and I had been taking better notes on specific plays because we had talked about that a couple of weeks ago. It's easier for the video that we're going to make for tomorrow, right?
Yep.
So I had underlined Rice's name. That was the 5th time that he had thrown to Rice already.
Yeah, just
And
at
it was
the very
just-
start.
It was just too much. It's hard for me to believe when you've got speed on the field like Tyquan Thornton, Hollywood Brown, Juju, who's just automatic when the ball comes his way. I think he only got 1 target today, and he made that catch.
Thornton.
Tyquan, all of that speed, and Rice is the only one. It's almost
One
like you're
target
not.
and 1 catch. Juju.
Yeah, he only had the 1 target though too.
Yeah.
He made
One
the
target,
one. Yes,
one
he
catch.
made the
Yeah.
1 catch, which
And-
is what he does.
I also noticed Mahomes staring down everybody too. This time again, going back to the habit he was in last year.
Can we talk a little bit about Thornton, because you brought up Thornton. Thornton's a return person now?
Not only is he a return person, he's a pretty damn good one.
Yeah, I mean
He is.
Well,
Yeah.
So to bring Rice in, we sent Brownlee to the practice squad. I don't know. Did he make waivers? Or did someone grab him? I don't know. But he was kind of a non-factor. But we had to. So Brownlee was playing a lot on special teams. Thornton has to play special teams now. So we knew that he was going to get less game snaps on offense because of that. And it sucks, but I mean, Tobe's got to have guys to work with, So if you're going
Sure.
to have this many wideouts on the roster, one or two of them's going to have to play special teams. It's just
Sure. I mean, he did a great job. I have no qualms about that. I just wish that he would get more involved. He was such a bright spot when Rice was out and Worthy was out. Like, I just wish we could continue to have him as a deep threat. And you saw him at the very end. I mean, he's who the last pass went to.
Yes.
He almost caught it.
Mm-hmm.
And
he has some of the best hands on the team.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
In
Is like
contested catches.
I don't
Well, he was-
get how we just like discarded him.
Well, yeah, well, he's in on a lot of the plays. We saw him line up as a receiver a few times tonight.
Yeah.
But you can't get anything out of him if the ball isn't thrown his way. And that's another thing. I don't know if this is Mahomes 100% and this whole Rice only thing, or if it's a mixture of Andy's. I can't imagine Andy's telling him or Nagy's telling him, you got to focus on Rice. We got to get him his balls. I mean, everybody's got to eat. That's the mantra of this receiving core. That's the mantra of this team. So it just doesn't make sense. I think
it's when we're down. I think it's when we're in a contested match. Mahomes wants to trust the people that he has the best chemistry with. So that's why he went to Kelsey. That's why he went to Rice. Like, he feels like they're the most guaranteed people. Also, Kelsey and Rice are his slot people, right? So they're not like way down the field. He knows Rice is probably going to get some yards after catch, right? So like, I understand the intention of wanting to prioritize Rice in certain situations, but I feel like he got too tunnel visioned tonight. And I'm sure it's, there's a lot more that goes into it. But I also wanted to bring up Edwards-Helaire. What?
Yeah.
Yeah, and why is Elijah Mitchell again? He was another healthy scratch, right? No, hold on, not active. Elijah, I've meant to look at this before. Okay, did he actually suit up? I don't see him on this. Oh, that's the Bills.
You're looking at the wrong
yep,
side.
That's why.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know who any of these guys are.
Elijah Mitchell, another healthy scratch. He's got to be a trade candidate. That's the only way. It's the only reason that he's got to be. He's got to be a trade candidate. That's the only reason that they're not playing him.
Trade? Like, he hasn't even shown anything.
Yeah, he's got...
Like, what kind of trade bait does he have on him?
Well, I mean, he has what he's done in the past.
Oh, man. To bring up Edwards-Helaire, now, to be fair, did he have one rush or two? Because I know he had one good rush. And one, that's right.
Yeah, he had his first rush when he came in was like
half a yard,
boom against a wall.
Yeah,
like nothing.
But then he had one for like 7 or 8.
Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah. So okay, I mean that's cool, but to bring him up and to snub Mitchell, it tells me that there's some. I mean, it could be a trade thing.
I don't trade bait, or they really don't.
They
like
just
him.
don't like him. Whatever they see on the practice field, they just don't like him.
Yeah, and it's weird. Brashard Smith, stop running in between the tackles. Run him to the outside.
That was driving me nuts.
What are you doing?
The runs up the middle. What was it? 3rd and goal. I'm screaming at the TV. Don't run it up the middle. Then they line up. I'm like, you're running it up the middle. Why are you running it up the middle? Then they run it up the middle and they get stopped. Now they did end up getting the touchdown there.
Running it up the middle.
But they ran it up. That's right. But at least they faked like they were possibly going to throw.
Pass.
I mean, they had a couple of wide receivers lined up on the left side, at least at that point.
Yeah.
But, man, running it up the middle, that is not this team's bread and butter.
No. But it is Hunt's for short yardage.
Yeah.
I will say,
I mean,
Hunt has done
did
an
great.
amazing job. Yeah.
Hunt had 49 yards on 11 carries, a 4.5 yard average, and his
Dude,
long
and
13 and a TD. He had a great TD run.
Killed it.
Like-
He was dragging the pile. He was fighting for extra
And
yards.
at some points, he was the
mean,
only one that was showing heart.
Yeah.
And like really give a shit.
He was in it, and I loved every minute of it. And I really I love Pacheco, and I think that Pacheco and Hunt work very, very well together as a duo because they're very different styles.